Over to you, Prasanna garu.
Okay, friends, welcome back. Yet another session of Thinking on Destiny, the second session of our new series. So, before we go further, let us connect to the consciousness of Parsival and meditate for a while. And then we can start a session. Please sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Think of your name, your job, your history, your physical appearance. This is what you think or we think. It's personality. Look inward, your character, your habits, your strengths, your challenges. Realize these are not given to you by chance, nor solely by your DNA. Your character is a masterpiece created by your own repeated thoughts and desires across the time. This is not an end product, this is work in progress. And you are the architect for it. Reflect what positive trait you have. I did this. I built this. My own thinking. Reflect on that thought. You came until this life by your own thinking. Whatever you achieved did not happen by chance. It happened because you think through it. You did it. Now, reflect on one challenge. I have the power to reshape through new thinking. You have the power to change it. Bring your own awareness to rhythm of your life. Think of how you sleep every night, leaving the world behind, and you wake up again. Likewise, understand death is a sleep. So there's nothing to fear in this life. We don't fear about night because we have to sleep and we have to leave the world behind. Do we? Similarly, we don't worry about our death because we are leaving the world behind. As you know, you wake up in the morning. Here also, we should know we wake up in the new life. In this moment of stillness, feel you are immortal. As you are surviving everyday sleep, you are the one who is surviving this transition too. You are the continuous thread. Every life, every dream. Visualize your thoughts. Your thoughts are seeds. You are planting them right now. Every intention you did it. It sets a cause in the motion. That becomes your destiny. You are not the victim of luck. You are the conscious agent working through your karmic account. Feel that responsibility. Feel that power. You are writing your own script of your future right now, at this moment, with your thoughts. Whatever the thoughts you are seeding today are going to plant tomorrow or in future. You are slowly looming your future. You are eternal doer. Your character is not an accident of birth. Your character is sum of your thinking. SUM, sum of your thinking that you had done in the past. Now, onwards, let us be conscious of our thinking. Every thought we release is nothing but the seed we are sowing today. Every seed may not sprout immediately. It needs its own time. So carefully sow the seeds. They are going to manifest and come back to you. Come to the awareness. Slowly rub your palms. Keep on your eyes for a few seconds and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we dwell into the today's topics and subject, let us recap what we have done in the last session. Over to you, Lavanya.
Thank you, Prasanna garu. Hello, friends. Namaste. Good morning or good evening, everyone. This is Lavanya Vishwanath from Australia with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. So, I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, Australia Initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society Movement. So I think you all had a good, beautiful meditation. And we all know that last week, Prasanna Garu has started a new book called Thinking and Destiny. The author is Harold W. Percival. So let me just quickly give you a recap of our session one. So we learned about the true purpose of life is to become increasingly aware of being conscious. And we also learned that about a body, so which normally it is born and it will age and eventually it dies. And whereas we learned about the letter I, that is which is eternal, unchanging of a person, that's the core of a person. And we also learned about the doer. A doer is within the body. um, so our awareness of our body and everything in nature is is made only possible through our senses. So only through our senses we can feel, and with our feeling we can get our desire, and with the desire we'll be able to get make our thoughts. With our thoughts we can do our actions. So we learned that senses are messengers of nature. And Prasanna Garu did briefly talk about sleep and death, where sleep is temporary and death is permanent. And also, she did mention about different types of sleep. With this, I will hand it over back to Prasanna Garu. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was so happy. The last session went had a bigger audience, and few people called and asked that questions as well. I'm so happy for
Prasanna
that.
Garu, can you please switch on your video, please?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it not? It's on. It's
Now I
on.
can.
Okay, okay,
Now.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. If some concepts, because in this first chapter, it's the introduction chapter, right? So some concept, if it is not so clear, you can still ask questions, but you need to give yourself some time also to understand well. The reason is it is only the introduction chapter, right? Suppose if I say doer is the one which I'm going to discuss throughout the book. Okay. So doer or knower or a thinker. But yeah, get that basic understanding is important at this point. So if you have that, that if I say that you just wait, you need to wait for that, because you may not get entire thing for the first few sessions itself. Now we will see the personality. We say her personality is like that. Somebody says, right, oh, she did that. Oh, she's like that. Her personality is like that. That's what we talk, right? So what is this personality actually? Is the personality is the kind of, it is not your heart or a kidney or anything, right? It is something, the personality is some kind of a traits, or that's what we call it as. Personality, the word came from the persona, a Latin word persona, which means mask. So personality that are appearing to others is the mask that I am keeping. Okay. Suppose we all actually outside, when at work, we wear a different mask. With friends, we wear a different mask. With a different thing. And at home, we wear a different mask, isn't it? Okay. So because people, depends on the situations or depends on the people we are actually. So the personality is just the mask which the doer is actually expressing itself. The doer is different, but expressing is a different. Okay. So the word, the human body, the personality is only it is made the conscious of the present doer. So present, whatever that you are doing. Suppose if I am with the friends, that time my mask is different. If I'm in the office, my personality is a different, isn't it? Some of my friends call it as, oh, Prasanna has a lot of patience. You also say lot of patience because reading through books. The same thing if you ask my husband or at home, oh, she had a lot of patience. They may say that, right? Because here my personality or my mask is a different thing, whereas outside it is a different thing. So that is that you cannot. That's a presence. Consciously, you are actually presenting yourself in a different way. But that is not you. You is a different. You is not that personality again. Whatever, being patient, Prasanna at one place, being very irritable at some other place, this is not me. This is again, the me is that portion of the doer is different. This is the mask, consciously I am wearing it over there. Every one of us. So the role is the doer. What is this? The role of the doer is the real conscious agent within the body. Within the body, how he thinks, acts, feels. In a life's drama, the doer is taking a personality as a role. In office, one role I am taking, isn't it? Suppose an actor, in one movie he is acting as a hero, in another movie is acting as a villain, in another movie is acting as a different thing, side character, let us take. Or in one movie he is acting as a beggar, in one movie he is acting as a rich person, in one movie he is acting as a gambler. So is the gambler is his personality? No, it is a role that he's playing in that movie. Similarly, our personalities, our role in a different places is a different. That is not we. That's not we. That's a different, right? So the actors are acting in the movies, but that personality is that actual person is a different. Similarly, here also the personality that we are showing is a different. In a life's drama, we take so many roles. You cannot identify yourself with that role that you are playing, but people are identifying themselves. I'm just remembering one of the incident that I was so surprised when, maybe I was in my late 20s or so. One of my boss is getting retired. He's an IAS officer in India. He literally crying. I'm just feeling like, oh, I now itself, I know that my retirement date is some 2033 or something that time, according to that age, 2033, so-and-so date is my retirement date. I know it. So when I'm coming, because when I know that date, why should we cry, right? I know by that time we have to retire. So why he's crying? Because he identify, if I look back, because that example came, he identifies himself with that IAS role, with that chair so much that when that role is going off, he is feeling that he is leaving. But he is different from that role. That role he played as long as he is in that service. That's all, right? So similarly, you are playing a role as long as certain times only you are playing in a role. After that, you have to come out of that role. That is not you. So you do not forget your true nature. You are an immortal, conscious self behind these masks. These are all the masks you are wearing. Okay, behind these masks, you are the immortal, conscious self. That we have to identify it. Then only we will be able to do that particular task and come out of it. You may be mother of your kid. Are you the mother forever? Yeah, you will be the mother forever, but that mask you can wear only at certain time. After they finish the elementary, do you wear the same mask of the mother, same mask of the mother that you are playing in the elementary school? Will you play the same role in the middle school also? Your mother role is getting changed, right? You're still mother, but your mother role is getting changed. When they are in the high school, your role is getting changed. When they are in the college, your role is getting changed. When they passed out and they settle in their life, your role is getting changed. You're still mother, but how the role is changed. Similarly, here in the life, your role is only that conscious of that moment. That we have to remember. Your role is something different. You are something different. You are an immortal being. You are nothing to do with the role that you are playing. Like a job, once it is done, because we are doing so many jobs, once a project after the project we are doing. Once that project is over, are we clinging to that project? No, right? We are just coming out and we are just adapting to the new project. Similarly, we are also adapting to the new roles in the life, but you are different. That is the kind of thing. All these things you have to understand. Somebody asked, what is meant by conscious. What is the purpose of the life? Means increase the consciousness, increase the awareness, I told, right? So, it is not the finding the happiness of this life or life after, but it is to increase the consciousness. Increase the consciousness. Every minute you have to be in that consciousness. Increase that consciousness. Suppose if I say that you have to Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi, you have to see everybody in that life, then the immediate, oh, everybody I have to see the same means. So do I need to pay the fees for everybody? Do I need to give away my money to everybody? No, that is not the only thing. That's where actually we are materialistic thing, right? We are actually thinking. Loving everyone doesn't mean that you have to pay fees for everyone. You are not actually releasing any negative thought towards anyone here or anyone that you are looking. Suppose you want your kid to excel in the school. Similarly, you wish everyone should excel in the school. Maybe you are actually paying the fees or whatever the support, the monetary support you are giving only to your kid, but you have to have a broad consciousness that everyone should excel. But usually, no, only my son, my kid should excel more than them. That's not the expansion of the consciousness. Because when you think that consciousness is the same, you feel that everyone should. It's not about giving money, giving away your possessions. It is about feeling the sameness in everyone. That is what we have to get increased. That is what you need to increase vast in this human nature, character, life circumstances. You have to show that increase in your consciousness. Whenever you have that knowledge, that phenomena, then you will understand. So suppose re-existence. Next comes to the re-existence. Once you understand the re-existence, you will be able to, maybe once you exactly understand the re-existence, right? Under the re-existence or reincarnation, what is the reincarnation? According to the karmic bondage, you will be come back. That's what we will say, right? So whenever, according to that. So in this human nature, whenever you are re-existing, so this particular kid who is somebody else's kid, may be the kid to me in the previous life. Maybe you would have. So it is all temporary. Because in this particular role, whatever the responsibilities were given or whatever the karmic bondage that you have got, suppose you took away the somebody else kids, whatever that it has to come to that kid, you took away. You took away the opportunity from somebody else's kid and give it to your kid, let us take. Then what happens is you are indebted to that kid and you have to born again and take care of that kid. That's how there is a debt is creating. So that's why the bondage is get created, and then you need to take care of that kid. That time you are thinking that this is my kid, and the same kid that you thought previously, maybe the other kid, then you will say you may take from here to here, then again you are creating the bondage. This is what, once you understand that inequalities, the birth inequalities or whatever that is happening, right? Why it is happening? When I last class also with the different examples I told you, why one person is running for the food, why one person is running to digest the food. There are the two differences, right? Both are running, but one is running to get the livelihood. One is because he ate a lot and he is running to get the digestion. So there is two different things. So why that wealth difference is there? Why the intelligence difference is there? What all the things is? Because of this is whatever the phenomena that you have done, the previous things, that bondage is the one that it is actually making. Because of that, you have to come to the re-existence. Then also people will ask, oh, it's not so fair that somebody passed away in an accident. In an accident or hereditary, he got some cancer or something like that. So you feel that is not a fair. But the thing is, when you are actually understand the law of justice or law of what is that law of karma, you have cause and destiny, law of cause and destiny, right? So there is always a cause. Why? Because when you in this lifetime you have to take some terminal disease, let us take. So then you will choose to the family where that is already existing only. Through hereditary, you will get that. So it is not that by chance, because you born to them, it doesn't get it. Because you choose it to born in that family, you born it. Because you choose to get that terminal and you want it, terminal disease, and you want to go through it, because of that only. So nothing is, even accidents. Here he says that even accidents are not by chance. The number of births that you have taken are for that particular life, when it is done, somehow you will exit from this world. So the expiry date, when it comes, it expires. Similarly, nothing is an accident, nothing is by chance. So we feel it is unreasonable, but this is what it was written to that soul. Physical hereditary also, body traits, short or a height, black or fair color, all the color, character, everything, intelligent, clever, all the things are all written by you. Your thoughts, written by your thoughts and your karmic bondage only, you are getting it. Character is formed by thinking. Again, character is formed by thinking. Your character is formed by your thinking. Repeated patterns of thinking, whatever thoughts, whatever you are releasing it, that is coming across in your lifetimes, and that's becoming your character. So do not think. I gave a couple of examples last class also. One of my friends, she always thinks, oh, I may get cancer, I may get a cancer, I may get. She always used to test herself because her mother had a cancer. So she manifested, and finally one day she ended up diagnosing the cancer. Then she actually, because after that she stopped working and all the things, and she read so many books. She used to say, so this is all our thoughts that I got it. And the same parent has so many kids, only why I get it? Because I manifested it. So this is how we are doing. Unnecessary, do not, when the kid was late from the school or anything, if the kid is not answering your phone, do not start thinking negatively. Just send all the positive thoughts. Okay. Every thought, you may have to show sometimes the anger, because otherwise they will not listen. But in your thought, that should be a positive intention. Then that is the one which is going to work. Every thought is a motion. It is the set in motion. Once you release the thought, that is set in the motion. So correspondingly, it will come as a destiny, if not immediate. Suppose if you put a chia seeds in the ground, 3 days, it sprouts. Isn't it? If you put moong dal, it sprouts in 4 or 5 days. But if you put some coconut, it will take a month to sprout. Isn't it? So definitely, suppose even if the tree comes, so the fruits, it will come, some of the things, fruit comes very fast. Whereas if you take a mango, it takes 10 years to get a fruit. Likewise, your thoughts also will have its own span. But definitely it is going to sprout. The repeated patterns of your thoughts are releasing as a seeds into this world, and that is going to sprout and come back. So always remember, just like every seed is grow, every seed watering. Suppose if you put a thought and you are not repeated thoughts, why I said is, suppose you just released a one negative thought today and immediate, no, that won't happen. You cancel that thought and you moved on, which means you are not watering to that thought. If you put a sprout, if there is no sunlight and no water, will it sprout? It won't sprout. Similarly, your thought also, once you kept it, if you are not repeatedly thinking about it, you are not sprouting that thought, so it will not manifest. If you start repeatedly sprouting that particular thought, then the destiny unfolds over the lifetimes. So the doer writes his own destiny unknowingly, which is going to experience sooner or the later. That is the one we have to remember. Doer writing his own destiny with his thought, sooner or later is going to experience, but he is doing it unknowingly. So knowingly means you have to be conscious. If you are releasing a thought knowingly means you have to be very conscious. Human life, it is a cycle, it's a continuous cycle. Okay, it's a continuous cycle. You are born one life after the another. Your destiny, it is creating, because there are so many thoughts you release. In order to experience those thoughts, you have to born again. A day and a lifetime is similar. A day and a lifetime is similar. A day in this particular lifetime, a lifetime in the entire oven of your soul destiny. Your soul is taking 1,000 births, let us take. So 1,000 births are 1 day for the soul. For each lifetime, a day is 1 day, right? How the lifetime for that particular soul. So every thought that you are taking, it is a continuous. So always the thought is associated. Once you release the thought, that thought is associated with your breath form. I'm not saying with your name, because your name changes from lifetime to lifetime. With your breath form, with your soul, it is associating. It will come again and again. It will again anywhere, because even if it is not manifested by the end of your lifetime now, it will come to your next lifetime. Sleep and death are parallels. That's what we learned last time also, right? Sleep, night we sleep, morning we get up. Similarly, death, because in the sleep we are temporarily coming out of the body or coming out of the senses. In death, we leave the body more permanently. This body we are leaving the permanently, but the soul is still there. Soul is still there, and it is taking the another. Dreams are like after death states. Dreams are like after death states, or the doer process. The doer is actually waking state. Whatever, you and me are in the waking state, right? You are replying the thoughts and desires and subject to whatever it is. Suppose when you are in the deep, in the sleep state, also sometimes you may remembering what is this doer, what is this knower and all. Because if you are deeply reading that day, you will be able to remember all those things. Because this is kind of because even though you thought you just left the senses, but still you are. Similarly, after death states also, whatever this vasana we call in the Telugu, samskara we call, this will continue with you. Okay. Deep sleep is a blank state of after death. Deep sleep, when you are in a blank state after death, how it is, right? There is no memory, no connection, nothing. You are just sleeping like a log. Okay. That is the state where that's a state of waiting before the birth, before rebirth also. That's how you will be. The deep sleep. Once you leave the body, you will be in the deep sleep until you take the rebirth. You will not remember anything what happened, not much in the what happened in the previous life. Rebirth is like infant consciousness, right? Just like wake up from the deep sleep, right? You will know the world. Similarly, in the rebirth, when you are taking the rebirth, infant, like you are taking, right? You will be having some of the memories, not that completely. Suppose after the deep sleep, you will get up and what happened yesterday, you remember, right? Similarly, the infant consciousness remembers, but only thing is, once that infant is becoming the adult, it forgets. Only at that infant thing you will be remembered. The new body is fashioned for the doer based on his karmic account to continue his evolution of the balance. Okay. Here in the personality thing, the personality is a temporary. The personality we learned, right? It is a temporary, but the doer is eternal. Each person is shaping their own destiny through their thoughts and actions. Life is not a random, it is precise law of justice to balance your thoughts. So understand your personality, understand your destiny, understand your re-existence, so that you can frame your personal, so the framework or personal, what is this doer framework, right? You will be able to understand it. That is what the personality is. Then once you are re-existing, so the new body and new life. Whenever you are re-existing, the new body and the new life, right? At the start of the new life, that reincarnation, your consciousness is haze, very vague. Vaguely you are aware of your distinct identity, whatever the previous identity, vaguely you are able to identify. The sense of I-ness or selfness, is there. You are aware of it during the early life, the 1, 2, 3 years, right? That time you will be aware of, but you are not able to express that. Nowadays, if you see, right, there are kids. I saw a few interviews in the YouTube. You can see the few interviews after 2, 3 years that they are saying, oh, my house is there somewhere. They are taking these parents to some other place because they are remembering their previous life, right? So, oh, here that window should be there. What happened? Oh, this shop, why you remodel? All the things that boy is asking, because he is remembering what happened in the last life, right? So, oh, this is not the death. This is the murder. Somebody killed me. All the things that there's a little boy is able to tell. So these are some of the examples, because now everybody is recording and keeping in the things, right? It is becoming published. Even in the way, even as a kid, I heard one of my neighbor, sometimes he goes somewhere and comes back. These are the vague remembrances that the people are having it. It is again left to the belief or whatever it is, right? But whether you remember it or not, this is the continuous thing. Okay. As the body is developing, senses are beginning, gradually you are fading out your previous identity. You are coming to this new personality. Okay. Society and your upbringing, whatever, reinforcing the new belief into this new body. In this body. So the real self is hidden. The real self has become hiding behind all these things. So your body identification, so the real self is becoming mystery all the time. You are identified by your name, you are identified by your job, you are identified by your traits, you are identifying by your personality, but the real self, which is not your body, not your name, not your thing, it's not at all the physical, which is that there in the realm of permanence, is still becoming, it is beyond your death, right? That is still becoming the mystery for all the people. It is consciously immortal. The real self is consciously immortal. Every one of us has, in this lifetime, we have to understand, we have to try to understand that self-knowledge. That is the ultimate goals, Atma Gnanam or whatever in Telugu we call, right? That self-knowledge. So lifelong, the quest should be that self. Who am I? As per the Ramana Maharshi, they think, who am I? Every human's inner yearning, inner thing should be lifelong search for the meaning of fulfillment of who am I? What is my real self? That real self is the triune self. That real self is the triune self, the main core theory of this book. The entire book, the main theory is triune self, the trinity within each individual. The three people, the trinity is the thing. What are those? Knower, thinker, and doer. These are the three people, but everyone, knower, thinker, and doer. So, but this doer in the body, the doer is coming to this into this body, but the entire trinity self, or the triune self, only the small portion is coming to the doer. You are the three parts, doer, thinker, knower. But small part is coming and sitting in your body. Only the small portion of the doer is entering into the human body to animate this body. Okay. Suppose when you are putting the glove, are you putting your entire body into the glove or only hand? Only hand, right? So only hand you are putting the ground and you are animating the glove with the hand, not with your body. Similarly, here the portion of that doer is coming to the body and it is animating this body. But still the major portion is there as a thinker and knower. So this thinker and knower is still there. It is there, but where it is there, it is in the realm of permanence. It is there in the realm of permanence. When you are consciously thinking about who am I, you are able to connect to that thinker and knower. If somebody give you a speech or something, wow kind of thing, means they are able to go to that at least the thinker level. So they are able to download that knowledge. Every one of us are having our own thinkers and knowers in the realm of permanence. So when we are able to connect to that, then consciously we can perceive that knowledge. Okay? So these are the illusions. The doer in the body who is thinking that I am this, I am that, I am minister, I am a doctor, I am an engineer or whatever thing, this is all illusion. You are forgetting that your real self is there in the permanence, you are immortal thing. You are entangled yourself with your body, with your senses, with your physical body. So because of that, it is blinding yourself that you are much more powerful than this body. It is blinding. That's what you, with your illusions, with your thing, you are blinding yourself that you are such, you are cutting off from yourself from that higher self. So you are thinking you are the body, you are attaching yourself to these senses. Oh, this is my dress and this is, oh, I look good in this. All that, you are appreciating your body. You are actually entangled with your senses. You are appreciating you are entangled with this flesh, body, senses, all the things, right? This attachment is causing fear also. Because this body is not permanent, you know. At one age, at the teenage, every one of us looking so beautiful, isn't it? As we age, if you age gracefully with your thoughts, you look more beautiful, I can say. So these are all actually the limitations of our physical self. We need to go to the deeper truth. This is not permanent. When this is not permanent, if you started loving this body, then you'll get a fear. Oh, I may die. I may get old. Aging is a problem. Dying is a problem. All that, right? So this is what it is. So now the humanity is actually going to that. Today only I read somewhere the article. So by 2037, person will need not die, and I mean he will be always young. His body will not age. That's how they are actually. So what because the body was designed for certain thing, right? So how many, it is not about how much time that a heart is working, right? It won't work infinitely. Suppose if you bought a machine, some car, if you bought a car, will it run for entire your life? After 10 years or 20 years, you have to change because that mission time is over. Similarly, this mission time will also over. Instead of finding that who am I or who is that triune self, we are just going outward. The mystery of identity is within us, but we are going outward. Oh, we will make this body like the Egyptians, that they made it, right? Oh, this body will be permanent. I will come back. They put gold, they put all that in that body, and I'm not getting that word. Something they call it, right? So they put that word. What happened? The Britishers came and they took all that along with the gold and all the bodies. They took it and they took all the gold and they left the bodies. Isn't it? So nothing. So they will not come and take. It is the belief that they did it. So similarly, even if you are inventing something, if you are putting all the thing, you may look younger, but it doesn't mean that you will be permanent. This body is not at all the permanent. That is the true identity is beyond this self. That is that triune self that we have to identify, we have to realize. Here he is also, Percival is also bringing the concept of Plato. Plato philosophy, if anybody read about it, he talks about Plato's philosophical motto was know thyself. He says, know thyself. That means know yourself, right? Same as our Raman Maharshi, who am I? Same theory. It's a concept, the Central Academy, that is his school of philosophy, right? He highlights the importance of self-inquiry and inner knowledge is the foundation of the wisdom. He mostly referred that as soul. Know thyself. Percival is referring it as a triune self, and Plato referred it as a soul. So this was mostly after that, this know thyself was, even the Socrates was, followed that philosophy after that. Plato's method of teaching is through the dialogue of dialects. Train your mind, think clearly, he is saying, train your mind, think clearly, who am I? Reflect yourself, self-reflection, critical thinking. So that is what is also the Socrates followed. So that sometimes that method is also called the Socrates method. Okay. It is always discipline your intellect, discipline your buddhi, discipline your intellect. So arrive through the knowledge, get that knowledge through reasoning. Cultivate your logical inquiry and your memory retention when you are inquiring yourself and reading. Not read through reading books, inquire yourself and try to understand yourself. It's not a passive readers, it is an active mental questions and active engagement of your mind. Think independently, think clearly. That is what the Plato is written. But Plato did not clearly mention what is this thinking, what is this mind, what is this real self, how to dive into this self-knowledge. Even Ramana Maharshi, right? He always say, go and say, who am I, who am I? But he didn't devise a method how to go there. How to go there. He taught in a different, only for the close. Suppose when you just go into that, some of his teachings, by the close close devotees, right? Then you will understand a bit, but he didn't devise a particular thing. What you have to do it. Even our ancient teachings, if you come across our ancient teaching, the Tattvamasi, that thou, that art thou, right? So Tattvamasi is also the same thing. It's a philosophical, a deep philosophical principle to know the nature of the self. But they did not explicitly tell how we can connect to that. So so much things were written in Sanskrit in a very philosophical manner, but we were not given a proper methodology how we can go. Okay, but Percival at the end of the book, he gave 32 points. How you can still thinking without creating any destiny. He has given us. After explaining all the concept, the last chapter is, these are the 32 points that you need to follow. He has given the methodology also. Now we are in the first chapter, so we cannot talk about those 32 points. We will talk when the time comes. So this immortal self, how this immortal self and universal connection. Indian philosophy has written Vedas, all the things, right? This immortal essence. Each individual is a part of this larger universal entity. There is an ocean, you are the drop of the water. Like this, there is a Atman, there is a Purusha. So many examples. There is a veil of Maya, that illusion. Maya means all this existing is a veil of Maya. Whatever is existing is only the Brahman. Something like that we were also given in the Indian philosophy. We were also given like cycle of rebirth. Birth and rebirth. Birth, death, rebirth. The purpose of human existence was not fully explained there. The purpose of human existence was not, some say that you need to be happy every life. That is the purpose of your life. Some say that you need to merge into the Brahman. That is the philosophy. But here he says, that is the one difference that I could see from the Parsival to our ancient teachings. Our ancient teachings say, once you become knowing that, you need to become one with that Brahman. But Percival says, you need to become one with your knower. You are not going to merge somebody somewhere else. You yourself, because you are that Brahman, you have to know your Brahman. Suppose there is a Brahman is a one part, but everybody has that Brahman. So once you know that Brahman, you will know everything. That's what here it is. You are not merging. You are all belongs to the same consciousness. You are all belongs to the same Brahman, if you understand that. But there we say you have to merge with that Brahman. Any of our things, you will become one with Shiva. You will become one with Vishnu. Something like that we will learn, right? Once you do that, you will become that. But here you are saying you are that Shiva. You are that Vishnu, if I'm taking that. Because you will become, you should know that you are that. That is the basic difference that I found after reading the entire book. Okay. The path of liberation that he has given, right? Here the liberation, there in the path means liberation is, so you suppress all your desires. Then you only possess the self-realization. Here he is saying, You understand these desires are actually the veil. These desires are only from the senses. They are coming out of your senses. They are not yours. You are an immortal being. That is what Percival is trying to make us understand. Okay. That is the difference between actually the whatever the comprehension measure, the traditional method that our ancient teachings are saying to the Percival. So I think I will stop here. 256. Okay. Now time for questions. I hope I didn't go. I explained very few concepts.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prasanna. Yeah, it was a good space. Yeah.
Mhm. Mm.
Masters, if you have any questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself, or you can either put it into the chat. Any of your questions or feedback, whatever it is. Okay, a question from MS. Thoughts matter, they manifest over time. So every thought is released into the world as seeds to grow. Some may take time, some can be quicker. So be aware of your thoughts, have positive intentions.
Yeah. So suppose today you want short-term goals, right? Whatever the thoughts that we released, they may come soon. But some of the thoughts you are just having a bigger thoughts, and those thoughts also, as I told, if you don't pour the water, you don't pour the water here is don't thought repeatedly. Suppose you want to become a billionaire. Let us take again this is the one question. I want to become a billionaire. I want to become a billionaire. You just keep on releasing the thought, but you didn't work for it. You have to extend, right? You didn't work for it. So you didn't become a billionaire. You will not become billionaire in this lifetime, but you have released the thought continuously. Sometime you will become a billionaire, definitely, because that's how you put it, right? But that if you work on now, you will become billionaire now itself. If you did, then you may born as in a billionaire family and become a billionaire. But the thing is, you should always, that's a positive thought, that's different. If you are actually repeatedly the negative thoughts, if you are doing it right, then that's a problem. Whenever I'm reading this book, I just remember one of my family members. For some reason, they always used to say, "Oh, we will not be there for our kids when they are coming to the college. We may not be there. I will take care of your kids. Can you take care of my kids?" I don't know why they used to say that, but by the time the kid come to the college, he passed away. So it's a kind of like manifesting, right? You yourself should not repeatedly manifest certain things.
Yeah. From Lakshmi, explanation with examples. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you, Prasanna from Chandana and MS. Practical ways of keeping positive thoughts cleanse your vasanas you picked over time in this life. What are the practical ways of keeping positive thoughts cleanse your vasanas you picked over time in this life?
So being consciousness, all the time being aware of your circumstances, right? Unconsciously, whenever you are in unconscious state only, you started releasing all the thoughts. Whenever you are so conscious, then you will not utter a negative word. You know that whenever it is uttering a negative word, it may become a negative and it may come back hit, right? Whenever you are angry, whenever that time only you are unaware of your things, awareness, right? That time only you just loosely you talk. You talk because how you talk, because the thoughts are coming out. That's how you think, right? So always, that's what, right? You always increase your consciousness. Increase your consciousness. Whenever you are increasing your consciousness, awareness, you will slow down, basically. Slow down in the sense you will work sharp, but slow down. You unnecessary things you will not go into that, because oh, this is not my job. This is not the thing. Suppose if somebody died or something, right? You feel so bad now. But once you are consciousness, what happens? Maybe that soul has written that. What is that I can help? If at all, if you want, what is that? You will not take that pain, but you will try to help. If at all, if it is there. The other day also, when after reading all the things, right? So there is a one accident happened, unfortunate. Both the parents passed away and the kids were in the hospitalized. So one of my the spiritual friend, she, oh, why, Prasanna, why do you think that kids took that hard life? See how the thinking was different, right? Why do you think the kids took that hard life? Because it's a hard life and both the parents were passed away. Because that's how you think. Because they themselves took that life. It is not that Brahma has written or the fate was written, right? They took that life. Because of that, they ended up the orphans. So they had to struggle to settle in their life, right? That's what it is.
One more question from Madhu ma'am. When you are angry, how do you stay positive?
Conscious, being aware of it. Being aware of it. That's what I'm saying. Being aware of it. Sometimes I have to show anger. We have to show anger on kids or something. But you aware that I am actually showing the anger. I'm actually showing the anger, not that when you are actually showing the anger, you still show the anger, but you won't use the negative words. You still yell at them, but not with the negative words. But with others, suppose if I got angry on you, if I am aware of it, okay, I should not say anything. Give some space, let her know by herself. Because here outside, when you show the anger, it is only harming you. That too, when you are consciousness, if you actually, if I use some couple of words, bad words to you, later I become conscious, right? At this moment, I may not be conscious. Later I become consciousness. Then it hurts me more than you, basically. Suppose you are not conscious, whatever. Even if you are conscious, right? Okay, it is, she is the one who talked, it is her personality. You leave it. So who is hurting more? Because I release that thought or that words, I only is getting hurt. So that's why more conscious, more calm, then you will be at peace.
Next question, Prasanna garu. So from MS, the Trinity, thinker, knower, doer. Are we currently covering about doer? Maybe okay, we need to revisit the recording for
Yes, yes. No, we still in the doer, those concepts, right? Only when you go to slowly, he will come. He will introduce all the top concepts, bits and pieces in first 4 chapters. So then comes to the physical destiny, how actually the physical destiny is happening, then how the mental destiny is happening, how noetic destiny is happening. He will show. So whenever he is showing that, then at what level, physical destiny, at what level it is coming, mental destiny, at what level it is coming, all that. So there, when it comes to the 4th chapter onwards, you will be able to distinguish between doer, thinker, and knower. At which level what? Because here this is a physical level, right? When the things are manifesting, it is at the physical level. When you release a thought, that thought is still there. Where it is there, the thought is still existing. Where it is existing, it is existing somewhere in that, right? So those worlds also he will introduce. Physical world is very small, tiny world. Okay. Then life world, form world, then light world. He introduces all the worlds. So how the thought travels from physical to the light and then comes back. He explains all that. So these are all first 4 chapters, I can say. These are all so many concepts. Then you will interlink only when it comes to the physical destiny chapter, that 4th or 5th, I didn't remember exactly. From there, you start linking up all these things.
From Madhvi ma'am. So thank you, Prasanna garu. Very dense book, and you're explaining exceptionally well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you, Rashmi
Very
garu.
nice. Yeah, the Vedas says just Tattvamasi and all these um, they're good words, but like you said, they didn't give a practical
Practical path, yeah.
path to really execute to reach that destination.
Mm.
And here, Percival, he dissected all the thoughts and how practically we can really change,
Yeah.
yeah, step by step. Also, I read in some book, it says, like, for example, somebody said the anger, right? Like
Mm.
each thought has two parts. One is the what you are speaking or the sentence, like I want to be a millionaire. So the second part is what is the root cause of that, the sponsoring thought, which
Mm.
is, are you asking because of the lacking that you don't have it, or are you asking because you have the confidence, you have the belief that you can do it? So
Mm.
the sponsoring thought is the one that really
That is
manifests.
that is what actually the next chapter,
Yeah,
feeling and desire.
feeling and
Next
desire.
chapter
Yeah.
is feeling and desire. Why you are feeling certain things, why the desire is coming up, and what this feeling and desire was written in ancient textbooks, what this feeling and desire was written in Christianity. Both we will discuss.
Oh, really? Okay. Good.
Because he belongs to the Christianity, so he read the ancient textbooks, he gave both the perspectives.
Yeah.
That's what our next class. So you know that what is coming up.
Oh,
Feeling
good.
and
Okay.
desire, ancient textbooks and Christianity. The followed by what is mind, what is soul. That's the
Yeah.
coming up sessions. So these are all the right bits and pieces of definitions that we are learning in this thing, right?
Yeah. I guess the more we listen, the more it will become part of our
Part of
thinking.
it. That's what I'm saying. All these things will be woven into the one at the
It
end.
takes time.
It takes time. Yes.
We need more dosage to become part of us. Yeah. Thank you, Prasanna.
Yes. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Rajni ma'am. And we have, yeah, most of the masters here, like Madhu ma'am, Vara sir, MS, Anusha, Manusha ma'am, Sirisha ma'am. So all of them, I express gratitude for you, Prasanna garu.
Thank you. Thank you all.
And for me, like today, it's about the Trinity, and you said like it's only the thing doer. It's only part of it is in ourselves. It's like it's unknown for me. Like I was just thinking, okay, what is going to like the complete self is not there in us. I did not know. I was not thinking that way, Prasanna garu. So it's quite new for me
Only
that
part of it is there, and we are thinking that we are the whole thing.
yeah, that's
And
what
with
yeah.
that ego, with that thing, we are that part only. We are just putting the water. We are forgetting the other parts of thinker and the knower, right?
Yeah, that
Okay,
is a
so with the
little
knower
bit
and thinker are
disappointing.
not in this body. Yeah.
No. It's
So
not a disappointing. We are trying to learn that. That's why we are all here. That is a appreciate. That's a positive thought.
Right. And that's
That's
the
a positive thought.
real
Yeah.
realization. Yeah, positive.
Yeah. Somebody is saying we need to watchful of our thoughts all the time, right? Instead of saying, that's why they said even disappointing, negative words also you should not put it in your day-to-day things, right? So,
Right.
we are able to learn this at least now. So we can work on now from here onwards. That's a happy feeling that you should go.
Mm.
Why? Because after 4 years, nobody want to again go back and read that book. After 4 years of thing, why I want to do that is, I want to learn more. So in that process, you are also learning with me. That's all.
Yeah. It's a positive, joyful
Yes.
experience, this journey with thinking and destination.
I will, my notes, I'll just paste it in that small, same shared document, Lavanya. You can just go through it. Okay. Somebody also requested, I don't know who it is, but I gave the grant as a reader access. Except for you, everybody else, I gave a reader access. So everybody can read it, what it is there.
sure, Prasanna garu. Okay.
Because I asked you to edit something, so I gave you the editor access for you. Okay.
Okay, Prasanna. Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. See you next week. I think
Sure.
30th
Thank you,
or
Prasanna.
31st. Namaste. Have a great week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Masters, for joining today. See you all next